It's time for our daily dose of cope. And here we have Suko, the Black Panther, stepping in for the leopards at the news anchor's desk. Plenty of stories to get to, plenty of faces to be eaten. She says it's too many bakas. The Panthers are stepping in. All right, y'all, let's jump into today's stories. So this person is a non-voter. It's titled, "It's Like Not Voting Has Consequences." People might say that they don't do politics. It doesn't matter if you don't do politics or not. Politics will do you. All right, so here's the OP with the caption. Card shop owner has been vocally outspoken against Democrats prior to election. After Trump has won, they now suddenly state they didn't vote for either party due to not wanting to vote for an evil leader, Democrat or Republican. Due to not voting for the lesser of two evils, card shop owner has now received over 3 separate orders to pay tariffs, totaling over $7,000 collectively. As a consequence of not voting, shop owner is experiencing financial hardship. Now let's look at the screenshots. Now let's look at the screenshot of what this person has to pay. This person says, "Gotta love those tariffs." And then he says $1,100 on a $2,370 order. And so the duties, tax, customs, and other fees, $1,083. Brokerage ancillary service fees, $33. Total balance, $1,116, $1,100. And then this person comments on this person saying, "Can't really complain when you refuse to vote. Not gonna lie." So this is what you get when you think that politics doesn't impact you. Some people can say, "I don't do politics, but politics will do you." Okay, so then the card owner says, "I have every right to complain. Pick better candidates than the clowns we have, and maybe I'd vote. Our system is rigged to a two-party system, and neither party are for the people." And then this person says, "You can't really complain when you know good and well the other side wouldn't be doing this right now. Sure, neither of them care about the average person, but to act like they're the same is a cop-out." And like literally, there was one party that said, "I'm about to tariff folks," and there was another party that was like, "Let's make sure that people have money for a house down payment." There was literally one side that still would have kept the infrastructure projects going, and we got another party that's trying to slash everything, slash funding, and fire people. The two sides were not the same. Some of the comments on this post. Destiny says, "The 2024 election was the least both sides are the same election in the past 50 years. It requires extreme ignorance to think otherwise. Non-voters hold a great deal of responsibility for the current state of things." Laptop account says the both sidesing of 2024 was a conservative information op. Group 9 says both sides are the same, goes way back to Reagan, and right-wing media has been repeating it ever since. For some reason, claiming both sides are the same benefits Republicans. Okay, so this one was kind of funny to me. Y'all know Mike Lindell was on the campaign trail really heavy for Donald Trump. And someone shared this screenshot saying Mike Lindell says he's completely broke after spending his fortune promoting Trump lies. So I went and found an article. It says, "I'm in ruins. My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell says he can't pay thousands in court-ordered sanctions in election defamation case." Voting systems company Smartmatic says Lindell should be held in civil contempt for failing to pay the more than $50,000 over a frivolous counterclaim. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell told a federal judge Wednesday he has no money to pay thousands of dollars in sanctions imposed to him in one of the long-running lawsuits against him over his false election fraud claims. During a court hearing, Lindell said he and his company face a combined $70 million in debt in ongoing garnishments by the IRS. $70 million? Jeez Louise. "Nobody will borrow me anymore. Not one dime. I'm in ruins." Last month, the voting system company Smartmatic asked a federal judge in D.C. to hold Lindell in civil contempt over his failure to pay more than $50,000 in sanctions for filing a frivolous counterclaim in a defamation suit brought by a separate company, Dominion Voting Systems. Lindell is facing lawsuits in both D.C. and Minnesota for allegedly using his connection to Donald Trump and his continued false claims about fraud in the 2020 election to boost MyPillow sales. In its lawsuit filed in 2021, Dominion said Lindell continued to sell the lie because the lie sells pillows. Lindell has said in court filings that at one point his company was generating as much as $300 million in annual revenue. On Wednesday, he claimed he is now living off of $1,000 a week because of what because of what he described as a campaign of lawfare against him. I don't have $5,000 or 5 cents. U.S. District Court Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee who is presiding over Dominion's defamation case against Lindell, said he would need to see financial documents from MyPillow and Lindell before ruling on Smartmatic's motion. He gave Lindell to the end of the week to provide those to him in a sealed filing. Wednesday's hearing was just the latest in a string of legal troubles for Lindell. Last month, a federal judge in Minnesota found him in contempt of court for failing to turn over discovery in Smartmatic's ongoing defamation case against him. The company says it has suffered billions of dollars in damages from Lindell's false claims that it was involved in a conspiracy to steal the 2020 election. As of Wednesday, no trial date had yet been set in that case. Lindell was previously ordered to pay a software engineer $5 million after he responded to a challenge to prove the MyPillow CEO's claim about manipulated voting machines were false. Lindell appealed that decision, and the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments in the case in October. The appellate court has not yet ruled in the case. The person that posted this in the Leopards Ate My Face subreddit said Mike Lindell supported Trump in his election fraud lies, and now as a result, he's broke and penniless, supposedly. But Statistical Man said, the sheer number of people who have ruined their lives for Trump is insane. Despite that, there is a never-ending list of people ready to take their place. They throw away their careers for Trump for some strange reason. It's literally one of the dumbest things, the dumbest phenomenons I've ever seen. The way they ruin themselves, the way like Rudy Giuliani lost his law license for spreading lies for him, is really strange and dumb. And like Darkness says right here, of all the hills to die upon, Trump may very well be the stupidest. I have a Dear Don letter. Anthony says, your comments today have shocked me. I voted for you in 2 elections, including this last one. Never did I think you would talk about deporting Americans. Defying a Supreme Court ruling and this back and forth on tariffs has been embarrassing. At this rate, you're heading towards impeachment by your own party. He is shocked. He's shocked that a liar would go back and forth and not stand on any principles. It's pretty wild that these people think that Donald Trump has any principles. Now let's do some tweet progressions from this person named Tim. So back in November, Kamala Harris made a post saying, today we have a chance to vote for a future of freedom, opportunity, and justice. Not just for some, but for all. Don't miss your chance to cast your vote. And then Tim says, and we did. America smelled the BS and saw the blatant failures of your party and voted accordingly. And then this content creator named Joe says, F Mitch McConnell. He could have stopped this. He didn't, so F him. And then Tim says, thanks for the entertainment, babe. I'm a fan of live TDS meltdowns or Trump derangement syndrome meltdowns. And then he says, remember shock and awe from the Gulf War in the 90s? This is Trump's strategy for the first part of his presidency. Libs freaking out on a grand scale. They don't know what to be offended about most. And he said that back in February. So now we're at April 4th. He says to the real Donald Trump, I voted for you, but I regret it now. Tariffs are a tax on the people, and you royally effed up the market. That was April 4th. Paul Revere's Ghost says, Trump knows finance. Most Americans do not. So Americans' Liberation Day has not gotten the praises that are due. Factories coming here will make it easy to get good, high-paying jobs. Then they'll need more workers and the wages will increase. That's what Trump is up to. And to that, Tim B says, I voted for him, and every day he is showing he doesn't know about finance. He's getting a little bit upset. And then he did another Dear Don letter on April 16th saying, let me start with, I voted for you, but now I regret it big time. This is the stupidest thing I've seen any president do in the last 50 years. You are ruining lives. Stop while we still have a chance. And he won't stop because he wants people to kiss the ring and they're not going to kiss the ring. I don't know what we're going to do, but many of us are screwed. We all regret it for you, but hopefully your face gets...
Jessica, did you hear? No more Department of Education. We don't need it. Who's it for? Children should be in two places. That's in the churches and in the factories, putting their little fingers to use, getting buttons on my Temu tube dress. Speaking of which, we're having a Shein and Temu party at my place after. Just bring all the clothes you bought that you don't wear, and we're going to set them on fire in a pile. It burns green because of all the plastic, and then you get real high from it. It is an incredible time. Queefly, did you hear? I know, praise Jesus. Amen, sister. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a text. 1 second. We are going to bomb Yemen. Okay. Paint and nail emoji, skull emoji, American flag emoji, crying laughing emoji, and hot dog emoji. Send. Sorry about that. The government just wanted me to know we're bombing Yemen, which good, because we should, wherever that is, and for whatever reason, I don't care. Okay, well, I gotta go to the hospital. All my children are in the ICU with the Black Plague because of the no vaccinations I've been doing. All right, love you, bye. Barfborough. Hey, sweetheart, did you hear? Yes, on God, under God, and with God, on top of God, and next to God, we did that. No more gender-affirming care in so many states. I mean, what they were doing, transing them mice and humans in the Trader Joe's with the oat milk latte matcha. That's what was making them trans. Well, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go help my husband with his hair plugs and his testosterone injections and his boner pills because he wants to feel more masculine. Okay, bye.